For 13 years, I've been building something far greater than just a Minecraft world. A kingdom, a legend, a world without limits. Welcome to the Kingdom of Galekin, my forever world. What started as a simple build has evolved into an unstoppable vision. A fantasy empire stretching across vast landscapes, brimming with history, lore, and breathtaking creations. My goal? To build the biggest, most detailed Minecraft kingdom ever. A world so grand, so alive that it feels like it has a history of its own. But here's the challenge. How do you even begin to showcase a world this massive? That changes today. I'm taking you on a journey through time, exploring every kingdom, fortress, and hidden realm. From the very first humble build to the towering cities in the darkest depths of this world's most dangerous strongholds. You'll uncover the secrets, the forgotten legends, and the stories that shaped this world into what it is today. And by the end, you'll truly understand the vision I've been building toward for 13 years. This is my life's work. This is the Kingdom of Galekin. The first build, Mountain City, the beginning of everything. This is where it all started. The very first build in the world of Galekin, the Mountain City. Matter of fact, old school. Built on February 12th, 2012, back in Minecraft beta, this city was never meant to be anything special. I had no grand plan, no lore, no massive kingdom in mind. I just found a mountain and thought, yeah, this would be a cool place for a castle, so I built it. I posted some pictures on Minecraft forums, expecting nothing, but the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. People loved it, and for the first time, I felt like I had created something special. That's when I decided to keep expanding, and well, it never stopped growing. And here's the craziest part. This city, it's still the same as it was 13 years ago. I never changed it. It's a relic of the past, a time capsule of where it all began. But now, I have a question for you. Should I update the Mountain City or leave it as a piece of history? Let me know in the comments. Kini Village, the first village, where civilization began. After the Mountain City, I wanted to expand beyond castles. That's when Kini Village was born, the first real settlement in Galekin. Built as a small farming village, Kini was never meant to be a capital or a grand city, but it set the foundation for everything that came after. But this was just the beginning, because soon, the kingdom was about to explode in size. Dwarven halls delving deeper. Intrigued by subterranean realms, I carved out the Dwarven halls. These expansive underground chambers, with their intricate stonework and grand halls, added a new dimension to the kingdom. The City of Healing. Deep within the heart of Galekin lies Thyslad, the City of Healing, a sanctuary built around a miraculous tree where weary travelers and wounded warriors come seeking restoration. Legend says this tree was planted by the gods themselves. Before it, this land was barren, but the moment its roots touched the earth, water surged forth, turning desolation into paradise. The first settlers came as pilgrims, drawn by the tree's power, and they never left. The seat of power. Among all the cities of Galekin, one stands above the rest, my first city on Galekin. This is Silvercliff, home to the legendary Castle of Galekin and the kingdom's first true mega builds. I wanted to go even bigger in scale, and I decided to create Silvercliff using the new build techniques I learned. The city had a huge wall around it, and it's packed with details all around the streets. Although Silvercliff was my biggest build yet, years later, I expanded it even more and made it a lot better. But more on that later. Old Addis, the desert kingdom of sand and stone. In the vast golden deserts of Galekin, where the sun scorches the earth and the wind whispers through ancient ruins, stands Old Addis, a city carved from time itself. This city was my tribute to ancient civilizations, a blend of Egyptian-inspired architecture and Minecraft fantasy. A massive temple looms in the heart of the city, its entrance guarded by the forgotten gods. Addis was built right next to the Mountain City. But throughout the years, the harsh blend between the two biomes began to bother me more and more. Later on, I'll transform this area too. Deepshade, the city of whispers and madness. Deepshade was just another town at first, right next to Thyslad. But at this time, I wanted to expand on the lore and use better building techniques to include more detail and builds that tell a story. A hidden guild underneath the houses began infesting the area, using necromancer magic to wake the dead up. The town was overrun with the undead, and the soldiers couldn't keep up. These days, you can still find loot from the old prosperous town, but be careful when walking around it at night. Whitecliff, the city of knowledge and the turning point of Galekin. The beginning, North Whitecliff. Initial goal, build the biggest Minecraft city possible. Location, chosen between rivers and mountains. First structures, streets, houses, docks, and stone walls. Key feature, University and Grand Library, the first build with a true purpose, turning Whitecliff into a center of learning and storytelling. The Red Guild, the sewers and the Lost Prince. Hidden underworld, an underground hideout for outcasts and rebels. The Lost Prince, found by the Red Guild, trained in secret, becoming something greater. Importance, introduced deeper lore and character-driven storytelling into the kingdom. Expanding beyond the walls, markets, towns, and docks. New developments. 2 smaller towns with shops, stables, and trade routes. Bustling docks supporting Whitecliff's economy. Farmlands, wheat fields, windmills, and livestock to sustain the kingdom. South Whitecliff, the city reborn. Expansion, carved tunnels through mountains to expand. Key builds, slime factory, an industrial powerhouse. Cathedral of Kedis, honoring the god of knowledge. The Grand Castle, the biggest, most symbolic structure, representing Whitecliff's evolution into a city of kings, scholars, and legends. The video that changed everything, 4.5 years of work, led to a cinematic documentation of Whitecliff. Reddit post, a simple upload with a mention of its development time. Unexpected viral success, 500,000 views overnight. Featured by gaming magazines, YouTubers, and interviews. Turned Kingdom of Galekin into a globally recognized project. A major milestone that put Galekin on the map, making it more than just a personal project. It became a shared story. Too bad I wasn't ready for it just yet. The old server and Whitecliff industrial area. After my Whitecliff video blew up, everything changed. Suddenly, my world, Kingdom of Galekin, was no longer just my personal project. People wanted to explore it, to be part of it. And then, I got a message that would take this world in a completely new direction. The message that changed everything. Among the many people who reached out, one name stood out, Scorpio, a server developer. He had an idea. What if we turned Galekin into a living, breathing world? A place where players could take on quests, uncover hidden lore, and wield magic within the kingdom? It was an offer I couldn't ignore. With Scorpio's help, we began setting up the first ever server version of Galekin. A place where anyone could step inside this world and experience the story firsthand. Building a living world, quests, magic, and more. While I continued building new areas, Scorpio and I started designing Whitecliff's first quests. The city was already rich in detail, but now we were filling it with missions, hidden treasures, and even magical abilities. The Red Guild's hideout became the starting point for players, sending them on missions across Whitecliff's many districts. We added arenas for combat, dungeons filled with secrets, and challenges that made Whitecliff feel more alive than ever. A small team of builders, writers, and testers joined in, helping bring Galekin's story-driven gameplay to life. The first player stepped into the server, and for the first time, my world wasn't just a build, it was an experience. Whitecliff Industrial Area, a dark turn. But while Whitecliff grew more magical, I was also working on something far more mechanical. That's when I built the Whitecliff Industrial Area, a place of progress, innovation, and a disaster waiting to happen. This district was unlike anything I had built before. It had houses for workers, massive mines, a public bathhouse, and its centerpiece, the Creeper Factory. This factory was built to harness creepers as an energy source. But as history proves, playing with explosive creatures is never a good idea. An accident in the factory caused the creepers to escape, overrunning the entire facility. It was no longer a place of industry, it was a death trap, and that's where the players came in. The quest, surviving the creeper infestation. One of Whitecliffe's most dangerous quests took place right here. Players had to navigate through the ruined factory, dodging creepers, solving puzzles, and retrieving a crucial item hidden at the top of the building. But the creepers weren't done. Over time, they spread beyond the factory, taking over the entire industrial district. What was once a thriving sector of the city became a wasteland of destruction. With no other options left, there was only one way to stop the infestation: destroy the source. The final battle, facing the creeper boss. Deep in the abandoned mines beneath the industrial district, a far greater threat had taken shape: the creeper boss, a monstrous, twisted version of the creatures, feeding off the factory's unstable energy. Players had to descend into the mines, armed with their best weapons, and fight through waves of creepers before finally facing this abomination. The battle was chaotic, explosive. One wrong move, and you'd be blown to bits. Defeating the creeper boss meant saving the city, but it also meant one thing was clear: Whitecliffe's industrial age had failed. The district would never recover. The ruins of the factory still stand today, a reminder of the cost of progress. The old server was the first step in turning Galekin into a living world. Whitecliffe's quests, its industrial disasters, its battles, it was all part of a greater story. And even though that server eventually shut down, the dream of an interactive Galekin never faded. Because if there's one thing this kingdom has taught me, it's that there's always another chapter waiting to be built. The Nordic Villages, a shared legacy. Deep in the frozen taiga, beyond the towering pines and icy rivers, lies one of the few places in Galekin not built by my hands alone: the Nordic Villages. This was the only area where others built alongside me, two players who helped shape this rugged northern land. Together, we crafted a humble fishing village. But the true heart of the North was its castle, a towering stronghold where the Nordic king ruled, a fortress of stone and timber built to withstand the brutal winters and the threats lurking beyond the tundra. The Nordic villages were more than just a build. They were a symbol of what made this server special, the only place where others left their mark on Galekin's history. Northwald, the lost stronghold of the North. Far beyond the known roads, hidden deep within the frozen wilderness, stands Northwald, a village of warriors, exiles, and survivors. Unlike the other Nordic settlements, Northwald was built in isolation, its people hardened by the cold and the endless battles against the wild. Legends say it was once a stronghold of the Northmen's last king, abandoned when the Great Frost sealed the mountain passes. Now only a few remain, descendants of warriors who refused to leave, clinging to their home as the world around them changed. Northwold may be forgotten by most, but to those who still walk its frozen paths, it is the last true home of the North. The city of wealth and betrayal. Emeraldia was not always like this. Once it was Silvercliff, a dwarven mining town nestled around the legendary castle of Galekin. But when the elven half-prince arrived with an army, the dwarves were forced to kneel. Their home was transformed into a kingdom of luxury, built on the riches they once controlled. Now they live in the shadows of their own city, their rebellion brewing beneath the surface. Emeraldia became my most ambitious project yet. The original Silvercliff and Castle of Galekin were only the beginning. Below them, I built an entire city, 5 to 6 times larger than what came before. A monument to power, trade, and magic. The Upper District, home to the nobility. The Castle of Galekin looms over the city, its halls filled with elven lords and their human allies. The Lower City, a chaotic sprawl of markets, guild halls, and factories. Here, the dwarves still work, their skills keeping the city alive while the elite reap the rewards. The Grand Library, the largest building in Emeraldia, holds forbidden knowledge from all corners of the world. The Industrial Quarter, a place of smoke and steel. The mines dig deep into the mountains, guarded by elven enforcers. The sewer system runs beneath the city, a dark labyrinth where the dwarves plan their uprising. The Arena, a place of blood and spectacle. Gladiators fight for glory while the ruling class watches from their lavish seats. the Magic School of Westfort and Earlington Fortress, centers of magical study and military strategy, ensuring the Half-Prince's rule remains unchallenged. A secret project, a new era. This city was built in the dark. After my map went viral, I tried launching my YouTube channel, but I had no editing skills. The struggle drained my motivation, and eventually, the server shut down. Life got in the way, and I felt lost. So, I disappeared. I stopped making videos, stopped sharing updates. But in secret, I never stopped building. For 2.5 years, I worked on Emeraldia alone, pouring everything into this city. Even at my real-life job, I would sneak in time to play Minecraft, obsessed with making something grander than ever before. Emeraldia wasn't just a city, it was a rebirth. The fire inside me had never died, it was just waiting to return. While I was crafting Emeraldia, I wasn't just learning new building techniques, I was learning marketing, video editing, and storytelling, skills I picked up from other ventures. Even though I had stepped away from YouTube, I knew deep down that I wasn't done. As the city neared completion, a thought hit me. This deserves a proper showcase, not just a video, but a return. This time, I wasn't just uploading for fun. This time, I had a plan. I knew what made videos work, and I knew I had to be consistent. The response was incredible. People loved the city, the story, the build. And in that moment, I knew this was it. This was the start of my real YouTube journey. Rebuilding Addis and the Crimson Empire. After returning to YouTube, I launched 2 new projects, the rebirth of Addis and the rise of the Crimson Empire. Addis had always been one of my favorite builds, but it needed more. I began constructing a grand Egyptian city, starting small with carefully crafted villages. Each building had a story, every street was designed with purpose, but Addis was far from finished. This would be a long-term project. At the same time, I wanted to bring life to the Nether in a way that had never been done before. This was the birth of the Crimson Empire. The goal? To create a living, breathing kingdom for the piglins. Instead of just mindless mobs, I imagined how they would truly exist in Minecraft. Cities, markets, military outposts, temples. The Crimson Empire would be their home. Near Faldir, the Dwarven City. I had built dwarven areas before, but near Faldir had to be something different. Instead of starting underground, this time, I built the city above ground first. Massive stone halls, forges, and markets lining the mountain slopes. But dwarves don't just live on the surface. Near Faldir was designed to have many layers, with entire districts built underground, mines, great halls, and hidden chambers lost to time. From the surface to the deepest depths, Near Faldir became a true dwarven capital, filled with history, industry, and secrets waiting to be uncovered. Ruby Castle, a mega fantasy build. I present to you Ruby Castle, a build that pushed my creativity and skills to the limit. This was my submission for the Minecraft with RTX on Bedrock community event, and I poured around 100 hours into crafting every detail. But I didn't stop at the exterior. The entire interior is fully designed, packed with unique rooms and decorations. If you're looking for interior inspiration, this build has it all. Lavish halls, mysterious corridors, and hidden chambers waiting to be explored. And even after all this time, I still have ideas for improvement, because a build like this is never truly finished. 10 years of Kingdom of Galekin, the ultimate transformation. Over the years, it evolved, expanding with new cities, dungeons, and stories. But after 10 years, I realized something. The foundation of this world was holding me back. The terrain was outdated. The layout wasn't built for the scale of my vision, and if I wanted to push the limits, I needed to start something new. So, I made a decision. The old continent, the one that stood since the beta days, was going to be reborn. The world needed to be bigger, more immersive, and truly limitless. This wasn't just about building cities anymore. It was about crafting an entire living world designed to fit all my future ideas, stories, and creations. The transformation was massive. New biomes, structures, and lore emerged. The land was sculpted from scratch, with mountains, sprawling plains, and rivers that naturally carved through the valleys. Every inch of this world was crafted with purpose, making room for the biggest projects I've ever done. The Kingdom of Galekin is entering a new era, and this is only the beginning. The Deep Dark City Transformation, a hardcore challenge. Deep beneath the mountains, an ancient city once thrived. Built by miners who uncovered a mysterious statue, the city grew prosperous, fueled by the wealth hidden in the stone. But curiosity turned to obsession. They believed the statue held ancient power, and in their pursuit of knowledge, they opened something they shouldn't have. A portal was torn open, and from its depths, dark matter spilled into their world. The city fell into chaos, its people consumed, twisted into something else. Now only ruins remain, swallowed by the skull. The silence is deafening, except for the creatures that lurk in the shadows. This isn't just a build, it's a challenge. Your goal? Escape. You must sneak or fight your way through the labyrinthine city, collecting gear, avoiding the warden, and reaching the treasury at the top. But beware, one wrong move and the darkness will hear you. Will you survive the deep dark, or will the city claim another soul? Keene Village, 10 years later. What started as just a small village with a few houses has grown into something way bigger than I ever expected. Walking through these streets now feels crazy, knowing this was once just a handful of simple builds. This place has history, and you can feel it in every detail. Haunted Castle? A place of dark magic. This castle is straight up cursed. Hidden in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by mist, it just gives off bad vibes. People say the ghosts of ancient sorcerers still roam the halls, and sometimes you can see weird lights flickering in the windows. I don't know if that's true, but let's just say I don't hang around here at night. Tree of Souls, a living legend. Deep in the enchanted forest stands this massive glowing tree, the Tree of Souls. It's said to be connected to the spirits of the past, whispering the history of the world through its leaves. Some think it's just a myth, but others believe it holds real power. Either way, it's one of the most magical places in the entire kingdom. Fantasy Monument, a symbol of creativity. This build is all about pushing the limits of imagination. The Fantasy Monument is a giant tribute to creativity, made with insane details, glowing patterns, and just pure fantasy vibes. Every time I look at it, I'm reminded that Minecraft has no limits. If you can dream it, you can build it. Nether Fortress expanding into hell. The Nether Fortress used to be just another ruined structure. Not anymore. I turned it into something way bigger. A fortress that stretches deep into the Nether, a true stronghold for piglins and warriors alike. Lava rivers, massive spires, and an eerie glow make this place look straight out of a nightmare. But in the best way possible. Cherryville, the Cherry Blossom Village. This might be the most peaceful place in Galekin. Cherryville is a village surrounded by pink cherry blossoms, lantern-lit streets, and cozy little houses. It's got a soft, dreamy atmosphere, like something out of a fairy tale. If you ever need a break from all the crazy battles and dark fortresses, this is the place to be. When bamboo blocks arrived in Minecraft, I wanted to create something that radiated life, color, and magic. And so, the Chorus Castle was born. This isn't just any castle. It's a home for the chorus creatures, mystical beings I designed to roam its halls. Herobrine's Castle. Deep within the cursed lands of Galekin lies a place no one dares to enter. Herobrine's Castle. A fortress of shadow, built from the darkest stone with torches that never seem to go out. Some say they burn with an unnatural flame. Legends tell of strange sightings, figures watching from the windows, footsteps echoing through the halls when no one is there, and the feeling that you're never truly alone. Is Herobrine real? No one knows. But this castle? It holds secrets no one has dared to uncover. Among the towering peaks of Galekin's eastern lands stands a fortress unlike any other, a true work of art. The Japanese castle, with its sweeping rooftops, intricate woodwork, and sacred gardens, was built as a tribute to the beauty and discipline of ancient samurai. Surrounded by cherry blossoms and koi ponds, it's a place of balance, where warriors train by day and meditate by night. But don't be fooled by its beauty. This castle is a fortress. Its gates are reinforced, its towers manned, and its warriors ready for battle. When the trail ruins were discovered, I saw a chance to bring history back to life. I rebuilt these ancient structures, adding homes, markets, and a grand plaza. Now, the town feels alive, but its past is never forgotten. According to lore, This place was once thriving before time and tragedy consumed it. But now it stands once more, a bridge between the past and the present. The Bridge City. In the heart of Galekin, 4 ancient builders constructed a city unlike any other. Meridian, the Bridge City. But over time, Meridian fell into the wrong hands. Its king is sick, and so is the city itself. The rich prosper above, while the poor suffer below. The city's fate hangs in the balance. Will the king recover, or will darkness consume Meridian? Carved into the mountains stand the Titans of Galekin, the god statues. Each one a monument to the divine, immortalized in stone, their expressions frozen in time. Some gaze down with wisdom, others with judgment. They say the gods walked among us once, that these statues were not just symbols, but warnings. Do they still watch over us? Or are we simply clinging to the remnants of an age long gone? The stronghold, sealing the end. In the center of the world, the people of Galekin built a barrier between realms. A stronghold designed not to enter the end, but to send the dragons back. For centuries, dragons ravaged the land, but instead of killing them, the people chose a different path, to capture and return them to their home. This is the last line of defense, a monument to peace, or perhaps a warning. When the moon rises and the shadows stretch long, Halloween Town comes to life. A twisted village of crooked houses, glowing pumpkins, and eerie laughter in the wind. Ghosts drift through the streets, skeletons rattle in their graves, and somewhere, deep in the fog, something watches. Is it just for fun, or is there something real hiding in the darkness? A fortress unlike any other, built not from stone or wood, but from something entirely unique. Resin, a material harvested from the rarest trees in Galekin, hardened to perfection. Its walls shimmer, its floors glow, a castle that feels alive. Was this an experiment, a lost technology, or something far beyond what we understand? Nestled in a valley of snow, surrounded by twinkling lights and the scent of cinnamon, lies Christmas Town. A place of joy, of laughter, of holiday magic. Pale Garden. The Pale Garden was empty, a mysterious land with little purpose. So I gave it 1. This is no ordinary forest. It is a realm of the unknown, where magic thrives in strange, organic ways. The shot zooms into a massive glowing tree, its roots pulsing with energy, surrounded by crystalline formations. It is beautiful, but unsettling. A place untouched by time, by reason, or by mercy. And now, we arrive at the present day, the 13 years of Kingdom of Galekin. This world has grown beyond my wildest imagination, and yet, there's still more to build. To celebrate, I'm expanding the kingdom even further, with massive new cities, ancient ruins, and never-before-seen megastructures. This is the next chapter of Galekin, and I hope you'll be here to witness it. After 13 years, Kingdom of Galekin is still growing, still evolving, and the journey is far from over. Thank you for being part of this adventure. If you love world building, storytelling, and epic Minecraft projects, subscribe because we're just getting started. And if you want to explore my builds yourself, join my membership for exclusive downloads. See you in the next chapter of Galekin.